Hey, what's up, Rich Rashad? Antonio, the Wester Bros are back, man. After a long weekend over in the MC Collective, check out our stuff. We talked about
Yeah.
everything that happened at San Diego Comic Con and what's going
hmm
on with Marvel and Robert Downey Jr. being Doctor Doom.
hmm
But yeah, check that out. We are here
And the break,
for,
and we did a little
oh,
breakdown
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
Deadpool and
Little breakdown.
Wolverine.
Yeah, did a little break.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely check out that Wolverine movie and check out our our video. But
Yes.
yeah, episode number 7, the penultimate episode of this thing right here. And the name of the episode is I got it right here.
The
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 Red
red
Sowing.
sewing.
All spoilers, man.
Yeah.
I just want to say one thing before we get started. Season 2 as a whole, I think people had very lofty expectations of what the season was going to be.
hmm
And I think they also forgot either one or two things. A lot of people who got on House of Dragon did not watch Game of Thrones
hmm
or just had wrong expectations based on how season 1 went. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Because this is clearly a season of establishing everything before the actual war starts. Because when it comes in a matter of time and timing, we not even 2 months after Viserys died, basically. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's a scene. This
Two, maybe three
two,
months
three
at the
tops,
most.
maybe. So
hmm
a lot of time hasn't elapsed since good old King Viserys has passed away. So
hmm
in the frame of things, shoot, we may next season we may get a time jump. We may get a whole bunch of stuff can happen, and a lot of stuff had just happened on screen. Y'all gonna be pissy about that too. But either way, like this season is definitively trying to tell y'all these are the sides, these are the conflicts within those sides, and
hmm
this is how we're gonna move forward. All right.
The line has been drawn in the sand.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I, and to piggyback off of that, Rashad, we live now in a microwave society, instant gratification.
Give it to me
And I
now.
mean, give it to me now. And, I've seen people say, man, House of Dragons, where's the dance? I heard it's going to be the dance of the dragons. There ain't been no dance of the dragons. We seen one drag. Dude, storytelling. This is what one thing that got us hooked onto Game of Thrones, the OG series, which is the dialogue, the story, the build up to saying to build up to where we're going. So just relax, people. Just please relax and sit back and enjoy the show. That's all.
Yeah. So where you want to start?
Um, let's start off from the beginning. Let's just knock that part off. I love how this show starts off right out of the open. You come out, saying black is on screen, and the next thing you know, pop up. It is a standoff. It is a standoff between Rhaenyra and Cyrax and Adam and Sea Smoke. And you see the venom in Rhaenyra's eyes. She is like, yo, basically all that she says, who the F are you?
Yeah.
And
What
how
what
who
set do
are
you claim?
you? Right. Basically, what's that? Who the F are you? First of all, who the F are you? How the F did you get a dragon of House Targaryen? And what set you claiming, cuz?
Yeah,
You know,
you got my ex-husband's dragon. I need some
right,
explanation
right,
about this.
right. And it's crazy because it's like the dragons were feeding off the emotions of the riders.
Yes.
Cyrax was back there pacing side to side because Rhaenyra was hot. And then whenever Rhaenyra took a step,
All right,
Cyrax took a
took a
step.
step.
But then you saw Seahawk. I said Seahawk. Sea Smoke. Okay, Sea Smoke is back there like pacing side to side too with Adam. It is like, hey man, don't worry, I got your back. She ain't gonna do nothing to you without me. And they're going at it. And Adam is just off the bat. Hey yo, I ain't still Jack. That dragon chose me. My name is Adam of Hall, and I am here to bend the knee. I am here to bend the knee to you, Queen Rhaenyra. And she was like, "What do you want? I want you to teach me the ways to be a dragon rider. This ain't the life that chose. This ain't the life I chose. This is the life that chose me. That's basically what it's
exactly. He said, man, hey, look, man, my name Adam. I work on ships and drift mark. I also mind my business on the beach, and this beast came and scooped me up. I don't know what you playing.
One of y'all pit bulls got loose and was chasing me. I was scared. But I just could have found out he just wanted to play.
Like, this pit bull loved me. I don't know why.
This pit bull loved me. I don't know why. I ain't did nothing. And so she was just like, and then she just went down the rundown. Like, yo, you quick to bend the knee. She was like, look, I serve House Velaryon. I recognize you as the one true queen. Hey, I just want to teach me the ways to be a dragon rider. Teach me the ways. Show me.
Trying to like, how can I be down?
Right. Show me how to be down. Little music soul child. And so she asks the next question. She was like, who are your who is your parents? And he's like, hey, yo, my mother was a shipwright, like I am. And like my father, he's of no consequence right now. Do you got Valyrian? Do you got Targaryen in your family lineage? Hey, yo, we lowborn, baby. We don't keep that type of. We ain't never keep that type of. You know what I'm saying? That type of documentation. And then she was like, and he was just like, look, I just want to be down. I want to be down. And she finally was like, okay. And she was like, yo, I didn't think this could happen, but I'm cool with it. Hey, can you get that thing to dragon? Can you get that thing over the Dragonstone? He was like, I will try my best to get him there. And there we go. And they fly off. Rhaenyra is happy. That gives her a light bulb to say, yo, my initial plan works to try to get someone with some type of, we don't know now without question. But I feel that Adam didn't say who his father was, which we all know is Corlys, because he wanted to, like, hey, I did this myself. I didn't want you to change your mind because you're like, oh, you calling calls on son? All right, come on, you cool or whatever. You don't want to do it so. And so that's how we start off the show. What was your interpretation of that right there?
No, it was you. It's spot on, man. Like he really, and I like the way that he was like, you know what, man, I don't really want no smoke at all. I just really want to, like, I want to look. I'm a nobody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. My whole life I wanted to be somebody. Now I got a dragon, and I know I'm somebody. Just put me on. That's it.
Rashad, I'm gonna take it back. You know what he was like? I honor the privilege, ma'am.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. For the Legion folks, y'all already know.
Our Legion folk, I honor the privilege, ma'am.
So with that being said, they go back to Dragonstone, and Corlys is in court, and that old man hating like I don't know what. He said, one of these lowborn bastards is got a dragon. He said, hey.
Yeah, that's so. What was that? Was that? Oh God, what lord was that? That was the one that she smacked the shit out of last. This, I'm like, dude, have you not learned your lesson yet? He's stole a dragon. He should be punished. And then you see Jace is getting furious too. I'm like, bro, what you getting
Jace is like, I know ain't nobody.
Is somewhat.
No. We'll get to Jace in a minute because he
he lost some points. So and the dude like this, and then like the Maester was like, hey, we got the dragon right here. This like, where he from? And my man said, oh, he says, where's he from? He's from Driftmark, your lord. He's one of your shipwright. And Corlys was like, I beg your pardon. What? Like, And I think he knew right off the bat when he said, he was like,
Oh,
oh,
let me go
okay.
let me go see who this is. And Jace was like, first she oh yeah, because Corlys was like, how about we just wait till the queen come through and we'll sort this
Yeah.
out. And then
I
Jace
said,
was
no,
like,
they said the queen.
where's the queen? She's not coming to the meeting
Said,
today.
she not coming to the meeting today. She said, put your boy up in one of the best rooms. Get him a meal.
The boy got a
Get him some
suite.
clothes.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and the queen not gonna make it today. Queen trying to figure some stuff out. So that's when we cut to Mysaria and the queen. Like she's like talking because I guess you could say Mysaria is somewhat of a pseudo hand to the queen, if that makes sense to you. Pseudo hand to the queen, because Corlys is the hand to the queen by name and by pendant, but I feel like Mysaria is like pseudo hand to the queen in privacy, because she probably Rhaenyra probably know that all the lords and stuff are gonna give her hell if she has Mysaria at these, saying meetings and stuff like that. And
Secret lovers, that's who we
yeah.
are. Trying hard. Yeah, but for real, because like Mysaria, again, like I said last episode, they should not be out here in any sort of intimate relationship outside of being really good buddies, because them joints don't never work. And yeah, it's gonna get muddy. You know what I'm saying?
Personal experience, they don't
it's
work.
Gonna get very muddy. So
go
ahead.
And I love so Rhaenyra is like, let me check some documents and everything. And she laughs out loud at her. She's, yeah, I'm sorry, you're great. And she was like, no, speak freely. What's up? She was like, you're trying to look at documents and stuff. She says, what you need to be checking is the beds, is the beds right now of where these. Then she was like, what you talk? She's like, listen, I used to be a bottom itch. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a bottom hoe. I had a whole house and everything. And she says it was a number of Targaryen princes that came up and through that thing and left a bunch of pale-haired bastards.
Didn't she say like at least 4 score of them?
Yeah, at least 4 score of them. I said, oh my God. And then too, another thing to think about as well is that also with Targaryen princesses going to these, in the books they make reference that they used to prima nocturna, what I'm saying, they the right of first night with a lord or something like that, with the Targaryen lord. But like Jaehaerys the Conciliator was like, hey man, cut this nonsense out, for real. Like, well, what are we doing here? Like stop this or whatever. But these but yeah, she was just like, hey man, in King's Landing, it is a bunch of Targaryen looking little bastards, grown bastards, little bastards running around. That's when you might find your dragon riders, and the purity of the blood may be a little closer than what Sir Darkland, which was 6 generations, his grandmother's grandma. Yeah, right.
Rough.
That was some good math you did, because I kind of found out it was 6 generations that you did. So good job on that.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, so that's when Rhaenyra's like, and she starts to think about something. So let's just, so she starts to think about what to do. So let's pause right there.
I just really want to talk about Corlys and Allyn.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
So
I just want to I want to see something. I want to see if you and me, if you know the same thing I did, because you and me normally here. Adam is in the room, and he's looking around. That door open up, Corlys comes in. He says, my lord. And Corlys says, my lord, you done came up. That's why you my former shot, because that was so black when he just.
Oh my lord! I said, hold on. Did I say that like not like a greeting, but like an expression? Well, I'll be damned. Yeah, that was so. Oh man, Tony, I was like, yo, I don't know if these, again, like season 1, I don't know if this is intentional or what, You know what I'm saying? But it is funny to me. He said, "My lord, you done came
He
up."
said, my lord, you done came up. Oh, and, oh my god, I thought I was like, maybe I'm the only one seeing it like that. I said, no.
Can't be
I
the
said, I
only
know other
one.
people, because that was so black. Because that's something like you do something. My God, I see you done came up. And then he was like, huh, all right. And the funny thing is, Corlys gave the most male father type acknowledgement that you can possibly get. Nothing to be like, yeah, son, yeah, that's my boy. He was just like, well done.
Okay.
Good
I see
job.
you.
You,
Mm-hmm. All right.
you did something without me. Good job. Like, I grew up in the house with my grandfather. He was the father figure about how whenever I did something that I thought I did something good or whatever, he tempered those expectations. Good job, grandson. Like, yo, I just went to this tournament and cleared out the whole division. Like, what you?
Like, dog, I'm
Good
the only
job.
person in his house getting honor on every four
On
card.
the road. What are you talking?
Like, no, cool. All right,
Cool.
y'all.
Good job.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, my lord,
My lord, you done came up in this world.
came up.
So that whole interaction was funny, and it was cool just
Okay.
to see Allyn, like, like, yeah, I did that. Still not acknowledging that I know that you know who I am. And yeah, so that's probably my favorite scene at all. One of my favorite scenes of the season.
Definitely.
Never mind the show, the season. You know what I'm
Season.
saying?
So let's talk about bitch ass Jace real quick.
Yeah. You want to? We can kind of say on drift mark. So yeah, so
Okay,
yeah.
Oh, do
We
you want to
say
go on order or whatever?
it don't matter. It don't matter. Let's
Okay,
let's just get
whatever.
Jace out of the way, because
Yeah.
Jace
So
was he was hot, and this is the clear definition of having misplaced anger and aggression.
exactly.
When essentially when we lash out sometimes, it's not because the person in front of you mad at them. It's just because you're mad at yourself, and it's kind of hard to beat yourself up to a point. So bumps in mom's room. Mom's is trying to figure out these bloodlines.
Right.
And she still got the scrolls out. No,
It's power.
Yeah. Even the Mysaria done told her we was gonna get we about to get a whole army of bastards, and she was like, "Nah, forget that." And Jace is like, "What are we doing out here with these low-born trash bastards claiming dragons?" And he was like,
"This man said these mongrels." I
was like, "Oh man, I feel like you really want to say the N-word." You know what I'm saying? Like it really.
Right. In my mind, a little bit. I was like, Baylor, this ain't it for you, Baylor.
No,
Right
he
here.
didn't have to check your boy. You know what I'm saying? He like one of them. Like, I like black women, but I will call her the hard R. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the heat of passion, and ask for forgiveness later on.
Yeah.
So
but
I'm like,
then I felt that too, Rashad. But then I stopped and was like, okay.
I know it's like it's
I
understand, and
because I saw that all over the internet in the socials. People was like, "Yo, is this mother racist?" What? And then I was just like, people were like, "No, he's not talking about the race. He's talking about just
class,
being a lowborn,
a
baseborn. It's class." And the thing is, even in the original Game of Thrones, it was right. It was a classism thing or whatever.
Yeah. This is definitely a
like,
quintessential caste system that they live on. So yeah.
And when he hit her with the, so what you gonna do if one of these silver-haired bastards you trying to get want to become, what I'm saying, want to become the king? Because he was like, where do I stand? She was like, you my heir. And then he came out his mouth crazy. Because good Lord, this is when Rashad, black kids don't talk to their parents like this. My man said, did you think my hair would be silver? And she was like, what? Did you think my hair would be silver when you laid up with Harwin Strong? I said, oh, no, you didn't. I was like, oh, she about to come over there and smack the
No,
ish out of
he
him.
said, yeah, I know. I'm like, don't play games with me, woman. I know that's my daddy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
she was like, and I do like her version of medieval gentle parenting when it comes to him. And she just basically walked
Mm-hmm.
over to him, said, look,
Mm-hmm.
man, like you like it is what it is. Regardless what's
Yeah,
going on, we are the Targaryens, you're a Targaryen, and
yeah,
we have to maintain the realm. You know what I'm saying?
it,
Because even he was like, is that what King Aegon said in his prophecy? You know what I'm saying? He was
yeah.
like,
But then
yo,
he
so
hit her.
necessary.
But then he hit her with the. Is it because I'm only talking because I claimed the dragon? That's the only reason why I got a right to the throne because of this dragon. He said, because if you start letting all these other folk, I mean, they got a claim to the throne. You know, they got a claim to this throne too.
Yeah.
And she was trying her best to reassure that boy, but he had such anger and pent up. He had a lifetime of pent up frustration
Yeah.
of him knowing who his biological father is, but he can't acknowledge it. Because think about it, the only person that he's been able to talk to about who his biological father has been Baylor. You know, when they had that moment right there. And he can't talk to nobody else about it. He probably was like, man, I want to talk to mom about it, but that's a sore, saying a sore subject. And
Tony.
he's just having people talk behind his back, and he knowing people calling him bastard, and saying all that stuff. Like, yeah, man.
This whole show is really about parental issues. You know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying? And like,
Mm-hmm.
just parents not really, what I'm saying, rearing their children, not talking, not communicating, not
Mm-hmm.
actually like loving their kids. And that's, I mean, shoot, from on both sides of this, on both
Oh
teams,
yeah.
it's just a
Yeah.
lot of parental issues that they are internalizing, and then
Mm-hmm.
externally you get the responses of people like
Yeah.
like Daemon.
Yeah.
So let's go over to Harrenhal.
Oh, before we go there.
Mess up my
So
transition. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
They they put so a plan has been put together
Yeah. Oh
because
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Corlys,
yeah,
when
yeah, yeah.
Corlys goes to Allyn
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
is
yeah.
like,
My bad.
he goes to his other son, Allyn, was like, everything in order here, man? He was like, yeah. He was like, okay. Heard about your brother? And he was like, no. He was like, yeah, your brother didn't claim the dragon.
Oh, I got a dragon.
You got a dragon, and he was like, the queen is trying to get people who have hints of Valyrian blood in them if they want to, try to claim a dragon. And he
He
kind of
said,
was telling him like,
he said, hey, hey, where your mama from? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, right. He said, where your mama from? And I wanted to be like, he
He
said,
was like,
we he said, us Valarians are seafaring people. Where's your mother from? He was like, man, I don't know, man. And he was like, okay, cool. And he says, I mean, if you want to go see if, and he said, hey, look, my brother has always had ambitions for higher things. He got that, cool. I am of salt and sea. And then corners like that, like,
he said, oh yeah,
that's
that's
why,
where you the
that's why,
firstborn bastard. Yeah.
that's why you the
Yeah.
firstborn bastard. You're my favorite bastard, right there.
Mm-hmm. And he
And
was
so
like, and you already know he was thinking like, yeah, seeing how Baylor don't want this, I can actually pass it on to somebody who's of
yeah,
lineage. You know what I'm saying?
all
So
right. And so he basically tells him, so look here, this is what I need you to do. He says, have a ship off course, put a sword on it and everything. He says, you're going to get a message. And when you get that message, you need to pass that off to them to make sure that message gets to who it needs to get to. Okay. And he was like, you
all
got it.
right.
He said, you got it, my lord. He says, all right, cool. Now let's go to Castlevania. Super Goozy Ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
My mind's playing tricks on me. Harren Hall.
Oh, Scooby-Doo ass castle. So
That's
we
Scooby
so yo, Damon. Damon's actually like he hasn't gone yet. So he's basically waited. I mean, we knew he wasn't leaving because he had to wait
Yeah.
for the riverlords to come through.
And he's able to
And
get little cat naps in.
you know what I'm saying? He can get a little bit of rest, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So and they wake him up and say, look, yo, Grover is here. It's Grover, right? Isn't it
Yeah, Lord
Grover?
Simon, Oscar.
No, Oscar, my bad. Grover till he
Yeah,
died. Oscar's
yeah.
outside. He said, man, so
Lord Simon's like, yo, Oscar here, and the
he said,
riverlords.
he said,
Meet with
shoot.
Oscar for.
I said, yeah, of course I will. He's like, yo, what's
Mm-hmm.
good, Oscar? Oscar like, man, you trying to play me
Can I
last
say?
time, yo. I ain't appreciate none of that shit.
Can we say? Can I say this? Oscar was so sassy.
Oh, yo,
my man,
he was
my man, my
sassy.
man, my man was sassy, boy. He sat there. He was like, he says, "Hey, we heard about your grandson's death. Sorry that
Sorry about
happened.
that.
But hey, you never, saying the Lord of the Riverlands and everything." And he's like, "Yeah, He's like, "Look here, man. I know I don't have the experience and this and that and whatnot." And he was like, "Cool. So that means you're gonna." He was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, I understand you got space. So you're gonna join my cause, tell your people to raise their banners." He said, "Look here, this I got you, my guy." He says, "But it's some things we got to talk about. That's happened." And he was like, "My riverlords are kind of pissed off about this." And he's just like, "Man," Damon's like, look here, little boy. Just tell them you are supporting me and you are raising your banners, calling your banners, and then you bring their tails on board." And he's just like, "Man, you quickly dismissed me the first time I came here, and then back then you didn't want me, but now I'm hot. You all, say you all up on me, Mike Joe, Mike Joe." And so he's like, "All right." So I like in this part the kid played it cool. He was like, "Okay, we'll
Okay,
go out here and
we'll
do it."
see. You know what I'm saying? The Riverlords are outside, so let's just go meet them. And Damon's like,
Uh-huh.
he walking outside, hella bravado. Hey, what's
Uh-huh.
going on, people? I see y'all came here. I appreciate that. Now I
Yeah.
need y'all to go ahead and
Pledge
bend
y'all
basically,
fealty to y'all Lord Paramount right
you
here.
know what I'm saying? The king. I'm the king. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if y'all forgot or
Uh-huh.
not, but I am the king. They're looking at him like, yeah,
Yeah.
we follow the oath, so of course we're gonna follow you. But there's some we follow tradition as well, and there's some
Uh-huh.
things that have gone on that we need to talk about. And
Yeah.
the Mr. Backwood himself was like, "Oh, I know what y'all talking about. The
Yeah.
atrocities, right? Hey, man, we got the two people right here who was doing the dirt, so we good, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, nah, not good yet.
No, there was like, no, dude, there's like you ain't just get them to chill. You went too far in the stuff you was doing. You was harming innocent people
He said, like, we
and
don't
everything.
even
Dude
like
was
we
like,
don't even operate like that across the board.
yeah,
Even though y'all been fighting forever, y'all never crossed
uh-huh.
that line because there was a
Yeah,
mutual. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had
yeah,
some war, some rules of war going on, rules of engagement, so to
right.
speak.
Yeah. And then you got Blackwood was like, "Hey, I'm just going off of what my king here." And Daemon was like, "Look here, I was a little zealous. I was a little overexcitement and trying to get to my call. But look here, y'all Lord is here now. He's here to pledge. Y'all need to do this." And so little Oscar said, "All right, y'all, look here. We do live to, like you said, we pledge to the old ways. My grandfather, made a." And they're like, and I remember the one river lord was like, "Well, why should we follow you, little boy?" Basically like that. And he said, "Look here, we to the old ways. My grandfather pledged this. I'm down with it or whatever." He says, "Even though we are pledged to Queen Rhaenyra, I don't like this." He basically told him in his face,
Yes,
like, he said, "I really don't like this mother right here either.
it's like,
I don't like.
like,
See, we
look,
here
he
we
said,
here with
look,
Rhaenyra. We don't
look.
like her representatives." That's what it
Nah,
is.
nah, nah. He said, like the person that she sent here, this bastard does
Uh-huh.
suck. I just want to make
Yeah.
this categorically clear. We don't like him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We like Daemon called him in Prince. He said Prince Daemon.
Yeah.
He said King. Mind your words, boy. He walked up to him and said, "Do you want my armies or not?"
My arm is not. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. And Daemon is my favorite character, but I love that because I think that right there too kind of earned Daemon respect. Like, oh, this little boy got some hairs on his testicles. Cover that.
Yeah. He was like,
He got some.
he was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. Yeah, I pledge, man. He said, hey, man, let's go.
Daemon was like, all right, that cool. We got that out the way. Let's go. He says, one more thing. He said, in order for this to really be pledged to the old ways, but we also believe in justice being served. I'm gonna need for you to renounce everything that this man did under your orders. And he was like, and we're gonna go on with this. He said, seize Lord Blackwood. Blackwood was like, hey, your grace, could you tell them I did this on your orders? Let me go. Daemon was like,
Yo, he unsheathed that sword so fast.
It was no hesitation at all with that, because Oscar also told him, like, he said, I was only doing what he says. No, he says, you did what he told you to do, but you went an extra step because you wanted to. He says, you the one that really got out of hand and wanted to. And the other lords was like, yeah, that's, you know what? You're right. He wanted to do this because it was the Brackens. And he was like, hey man, come on. And he said, all right, he says, all right. He said, Prince, they called him a prince again. Prince Dave, he says, you may he says, renounce him and performs the justice in order. He was like, all right, no, you're my, he said, my grace, please don't.
I felt like he felt a little bit bad about it. You know what I'm saying?
He did. He had a little bit feeling.
He was like,
but
man,
he was like,
shoot.
Man, I got my army. I got my army. Let's go. Sink and cut that boy head off.
Man, that was so funny. Yo, that was one of the like, again, when it comes to watching a show like Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, these are the scenes you're gonna get the overwhelming majority of the time. Like, you're not gonna get a bunch of dragons flying around killing each other, because that costs hundreds of millions of dollars to do. So you gotta balance that out.
As I said yesterday when we did our Marvel and Comic-Con, Game of Thrones don't have Lord of the Rings power of the Rings on budget.
We got Amazon money. So
we got Amazon money. All right. So next with Daemon is walking through the halls, and we see that black goat again.
So that darn black goat. I said, this bad omen goat. You know what I'm saying?
I said, here we go. My mind's playing tricks on me. You know, he goes into his bedroom, and we see Viserys, but we see rotten face falling off right before he dies. Viserys,
and it's not even his bedroom, because like he walks down to his bed. It's like this bedroom didn't have no steps, so like you already knew it was a dream. So like this ain't even the same place.
And he's there talking, and Daemon looks horrified because it's like he's really looking at his brother. And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of being the king of Westeros. It's like becoming the president of the United States, because it's like we've seen president. I feel like
them boys age.
Remember when Barack Obama went in? He had a head full of dark hair, a little salt sprinkled in there, not that much. That 8 years is over. My head was gray or whatever. And you know, he's just looking at Daemon and seeing how the being the king affected him. And Daemon's just looking at Viserys, and then Viserys has the crown in his hand, and he says, "Do you still want this?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, I never wanted this. I never wanted it." He was like, I never wanted this. And he was like, "Do you still want this?" And David is looking like he ain't even answer. He's just like, yeah, that's kind of harsh there, my guy, that you looking crazy or whatever. But yeah, Damon's still going crazy inside Super Ghouls and Ghosts Castlevania Ghetto Boys Castle is, you know, what we're gonna call this thing. And you know, like I said, Viserys just let him know what the burden is to have that, you know, saying to have that crown on the head. Let's get this part out the way real quick, Rashad. Let's go to the Veil.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Cool.
So Rhaena. Yeah, go ahead. You got it.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, Rhaena and the kids about to go, yo, get on the gay abandon. That's the funniest name of a ship ever.
That is a hilarious name.
I said, what? I said, yo, that's a funny name, yo. So so get to the gay abandon, and we see Lady Aaron is at the door looking like good riddance to bad rubbish. Because she's like, yo.
She turned her, Rhaena turned around and looked at her, and she was like, yeah, holla. And she turned her back and closed that gate. Quick as I don't know what.
I just want to say, whoever her escort was, these bastards suck. Because they did not even see her following them. I mean, she dipped on them so fast that it wasn't even 4 steps outside of the daggone castle, and she already dips. And you already know what she's trying to do. She's trying to find sea smoke. Sheep stealer.
Sheep stealer, yeah.
The other double S.
It's because it's funny because it's like she turned around, looked, that lady was like, yeah, I'm done with you. You rubbish. And she goes back and she's just looking at the charred spot where the where we see that the dragon was or whatnot, and she just has a look on her face like she's trying to think of a plan. And it looks as if she's going to let the boys go on the ship to go to Pentos by themselves, and she's going to kind of linger behind for that. And I wonder if anything bad is going to happen, because something bad does happen in the book. And like I said, they seem to be mixing Rhaena's character with the character of Nettles, which Rashad says one another black name, who was the person that actually tamed Sheep Stealer. So that's a little quick. That was just a little quick thing to happen in the Vale. Nothing really of significance or whatever.
Where we going? King's Landing?
Let's go to King's Landing. So Alicent is getting her arm treated for a wound she received during the riot with Grandmaster Orwell. Grandmaster, excuse me. I saw the Grandmaster Orwell. And she is just like, you can tell she's just like, I have no power here. Everybody that turned their back on me.
She's sad.
She's sad. So after he treats her, this chick is like, all right, she goes in the hallway and she sees her sworn sword, Sir Rickard Thorne, who's the King's Guard, and she's like, hey, I want to go out on I want to go out on a journey. I want to go out. And she was like, all right, I want to go out to the Godswood. And he's like, all right, I'll make sure we get a caravan. No. I just want me and you. The look on that man's face is like, I don't want to leave the confines of this castle, man. Lady, what are you doing?
Did not ask for this. She said, I gotta go find myself.
Right. You know what it's like? It's like, Rashad, you and me, we black guys, grew up, whatever. When we be hearing, some white folk be like, oh my God, I'm gonna go backpacking across Europe. And we like, what? You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Oh my God, we're gonna go backpacking across Europe. Oh, okay, cool. Because the thing is, when we see that scene, you're thinking, okay, she just want to go for a stroll in the Godswood, clear her head. We come back about a couple of minutes later, they have a camp set out, and apparently they've been out there for about a day or two.
They've been out there for a minute because your man is out here skewering some sort of meat to put on a stick. He's like, yo, I'm hungry.
And she comes back and she's like, Sir Rickard, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call it a night. And he's like, hey, yo, when we gonna go back to the castle? Cuz for real, I want to go back.
Like, man, I don't even know.
He says, I don't know. Even if we do, I don't know, and we might not even go back. And he was looking like, I know he want to be like, you.
Yo, Tony.
What's up?
She went to sleep at like 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Yeah, I said the same thing. She went to sleep. We Southern boys. What? She went to sleep supper time. That was supper time.
Yeah, it was definitely. Sun was still out. It was like almost.
It was still bright outside.
You got in trouble during the summertime. And you had to go sleep at like 7.
Yeah, and right.
The sun still comes to the window. You like, man, why'd I get?
And she said, She says, I'm gonna call it a night. I said, a night? The sun is still out.
Bro,
It
it's
is bright
still
as
a
out.
day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's just finish her. Let's just finish her
We're
so
gonna
while we're
finish her
here.
up. And then next thing you know, like a day or so later, she's walking through the forest and she's staying at a lake. I said, is this chick about to just end it all and drown herself? No, she just goes in the lake and she's floating and she's just
Tony.
she's at peace out there and she's away. Go ahead.
And this is what I meant to mention. I'm glad you brought up the whole, like, you know, I want to end it all point, because I've seen that. But I didn't take it as that. I took it as she needed to get away from the castle to essentially cleanse herself. Because even in the scene when she was a Grandmaster Orwell, and she was like, it's so dirty in here. You know, and then you see
you saw that rat
run away. And she literally baptized herself in the water.
You know what she did, Rashad?
What's that?
She purified herself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
I knew you were gonna say that.
But I was thinking the same thing too. I said this is like a baptismal, right?
Yeah, definitely a baptism of some sort. She was in a cross, you know, Yeshua crucifixion position the whole night. So like that, the allegory is there. She definitely wanted to leave and go to a place where even though it's outside, it's still way more clean than King's Landing. So that's Alicent, you know, trying to find herself out in the woods.
All right. The next thing we see is in the courtyard. So we see one of Aegon's frat boys did die. I think Cooper. We're gonna say Cooper died.
Cooper died.
But,
yeah. Demetrius and Brett, they survived.
Demetrius and Brett lived. They survived, but they being sent to the wall. They got to go take the black. And the reason they're being sent to the wall is because these mofos are the ones that started the riot that happened in the last episode. Because dude cut my man's arm off.
That man's hand off. It was like, ah!
And you know what's crazy? Dude wasn't even attacking the queen. I think he was helping the queen. Remember, she kind of failed.
Nah,
I think he was kind of
wrong place, wrong time, yo. You should have known better.
Right, wrong.
You too old to be stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think he was really trying to help the queen because she had failed. Like, my queen, my man said, and he hacked his arm off. But so Demetrius and Brett, they go into the wall. So I don't think we're gonna ever see Demetrius and Brett no more. So
well, we already know that Demetrius and Brett at least they're gonna survive. You know what I'm saying? The conditions ain't that harsh at the wall yet.
Yet or whatever. So yeah, and so while that's going on, Lord Larys and Lord Wild, they're sitting there watching from, from a perch what's going on, and they're talking. And then Lord Wild says, he looks at Lord Larys, he just stares at him for a minute, and he's like, so I got some information I might want to pass along, but I don't really know what to do with this information. He was like, I got word that Sea Smoke has a new writer. And then he was like, but no, we don't know what the identity of the. And Larys was like, well, who's the identity of the writer? And he was like, I don't know. And then it was like, well, is it Princess Rhaenyra? Lord Wild was like, well, is it Princess Rhaenyra? She's always longed for a dragon. And Larys was like, no. when she was 10-4, she tried to claim Sea Smoke. She almost died. Because I think she's about 16 right now, whatever. Yeah. So, and he was just like, yeah. So, and then so Larys is like, oh, so you're trying to gain favor with Prince Aemon? Hey, go ahead and got the information. He was like, no, I thought I'd give it to you so you could say. And Larys basically, all intents and purposes, was like, hey, yo, Aemon sucks. I don't want to do it. He
said, look, how about you just keep the information to yourself? Some whispers need to be basically blown by the wind. And he was like,
right. Because I do love too, because they had a black moment in this right here. He said, well, how did you hear about this? Well, like my cousin's cousin brother, who was a shipwright, who's smashing his hoe over there, said this. And you saw Larry's face.
That person, like, he be on the beach, you know what I'm saying, collecting seashells and crabs. And then he was like
8 people. And then Larry looked at him like,
I can't do nothing with this information.
I again, hey man, keep that, keep that to yourself, right? Keep that to yourself right now.
Yo, you playing like the
It's
worst game of telephone ever. Like, yo, like that
yeah,
is some fifth-handed information. But
right.
unfortunately okay, so even though it was like that many people, it
Mm-hmm.
was true. It's true.
Right.
And then
It's
and then
true.
second, you already know, like you said earlier, he ate Aemon. So
Uh-huh.
any sort of advantage that the other team can have to get him off the throne, he wants, which
Mm-hmm.
we see at the end. And then
Yeah.
also going to the
So
next
the
scene.
next scene, we see Grandmaster Orwell is trying to help Aegon walk with a cane.
Bruh.
Aegon is in agony. I just want to say something. Not a fan of Aegon as a character. He's a dick as a character, whatever. But man, I was feeling bad for this dude. This dude was like, he trying to walk. I can't do it. And he's like, in the cane, the little crutch thing broke on him,
I
and my man
said,
fell. I
damn.
said, dang. Or whatever. Listen, I know that feeling, yo, because I broke my ankle years ago when I was in fifth grade. So I'd have been about what, 11, 12 years old. And then when they finally take the crutch from you, try to walk, you got the one, boom, and I felt you felt horrible. But this dude, half his body was damn crushed in or whatever, and he falls, and Orwell is trying to help him up. Then Larys comes in, it's like, hey, yo, keep it down in here a little bit. It's crazy that a cripple had to help this man get back. Larys had to
He
get his
said,
arm
dog, you
under him.
can't do this by yourself, Mr. Orwell. You gotta have
Yeah,
this is a two-man rehab, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. And so they get him back in the bed, and even like he laid in the bed. Like normally when you hurt or something, you get to bed, you kind of like for a little bit, but that feeling of relief of you not moving, he was feeling that dude. That boy is hurting, and so they're talking, and he's like, Lord Orwell was like, all right, that's it for the day. And Larys is like, Lucian, no. Let him rest. We're gonna pick this back up in a couple of hours or whatever. And he was like, hey man, I'm pushing him on your orders, but he needs to rest and recuperate. He says, no, he needs to get his tail back in this daggone throne room and get himself together, because he's trying to make sure that Larys is preserving himself. He's not doing this for the good of the
Oh
realm or
yeah,
anything like
this
that.
is this
He's
is
yeah,
definitive little finger behavior. I'm just
yeah, right. Definitive little finger, but this is all for himself. Like, hey, I'm being good with this dude. This one-eyed Willie dude over here.
nah, he
He ain't
already
it.
he already know my game, so I can't even spit
He,
none at him.
yeah, I can't even spit nothing at him. And so that's kind of that ends that part of King's Landing. But what we do see, which comes up a little bit later next, is that Mysaria has given the message to our boy Allyn. Allyn takes it to his shipwright and all that, and they get the ship, and he gets back to King's Landing, because she says the one thing. She says, make sure whatever it takes, it gets to this person. And so the guy has fish. He comes in, the city watch, see, you might, he just got fish or whatever. He goes in, and he goes to the handmaid that they snuck into King's Landing, who started all the discord from the beginning. And she reads it, and she's going around basically talking, passing the word, hey, if you have any type of Targaryen blood or Valerian, or you even think it, hey, that might be in for you if you go to Princess Rhaenyra. You can claim a dragon, riches, and all this stuff like that. And you see that it's spreading like wildfire throughout King's Landing, but like none of like the highborns or anything, no, because this is all happening at Flea Bottom or whatever. And you
Yeah.
start seeing all these silver-haired men, women, some children, even some people that really don't have silver hair. I saw somebody that had like half black hair and half like had silver streaks in it. And so then we cut to our favorite bar with Ulf, and Ulf, old black friend, who's very happy that the king bought them drinks, was like, hey man, you heard about what's going on? And Ulf is like, what you talking about? He was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, Princess Queen Rhaenyra, is like trying to get people to be dragon riders. And
Say,
Ulf is looking like
they trying to round up Targaryen bastards. ain't
ain't
you one of them?
Ain't you one? And Ulf is sitting there looking like, yeah, I didn't know. I think I am one, but I just been saying this stuff so y'all can buy me drinks and stuff.
Tony. He said, "Oh man, I will go, but
but this leg, said, I got
this leg so bad. I
can't do nothing with that. So I can't. Can't do nothing with that right there, man.
Oh man,
I got a little hitch in my giddy up, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Look, that arthritis bursitis hit me bad, man. I feel like it's gonna rain tonight. Oh, that leg hurt.
I can feel it. That black dude was like, "So, you been lying the whole time to get free drinks out of all of us?" And then you just see the whole bar turn and look, and he was like, "No."
He said, "No." He said, "But I'm not sure. I'm not sure." I'm not sure. Then the black dude was like, "I know you want a dragon." He said, "I know you want a dragon, yo. Come on, I know you're gonna go off." And then it was
happening. He was like, "Oh, listen." The funny thing is, they were doing this loudly in public, which is even more crazy. Because last time we saw the bar scene with them, and he was talking that game like, "Oh yeah, my grandfather was Jaehaerys and all that stuff," and talking all that game, and he's like, "Yeah, the one true queen, Rhaenyra, yeah." And Aegon came in, and he was like, "All hell, King Aegon." He put the head down. "All hell, King Aegon," and he basically got peer pressured into. They were like, "You better do this, considering that you said that you done got all these free drinks from people." Because people like, "Oh man, you know what I'm saying, you a bastard Targaryen," and you basically see the next morning the the roundup of the bastards. They're just walking to the beach.
Don't forget, we got Harwin. Is it Harwin? Yeah, Harwin and Hammer.
No, not
my bad. Hugh Hammer. My bad.
Oh my God, man.
So Hugh's at the house talking to his wife.
Yo.
He said, "Look, man, I gotta get out of here." And she was like, "Sir, we gotta go over. So what's the name of that stupid town?
Tumbleton.
We gotta go to Tumbleton. We gotta go because I heard it's something later on. He said, "Look, yo, my bro in Tumbleton, you gonna look out for it." He said, "Man, shut about a stupid Tumbleton, yo. I ain't going there." She said,
"Look here, girl.
I couldn't
defend you. I'm a man. I couldn't defend you." He says, "I couldn't help my daughter that's died." I said, "Oh, and the daughter has died."
Of course, she was like opaque last episode.
Yeah, she was great, like gray looking and stuff, man.
They put the embalmer fluid makeup on that girl, yo. She was dead in her arms, basically. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So and she's like, "Look," and he was like, "Look here, if I do this and claim a dragon, you can be a lady of the court, and we get the best of the best." And she's like, "Look here, yo, I don't care nothing about being no lady, and I don't want to be a widow." And he's just like, "Look here, woman." And he, for all intents and purposes, he was like, "Look here, woman, a man's got to do what a man's got to do."
For real.
The next scene, you see he's gone. He goes with all the other bastards, and you see old Allyn helping them get the ships, the little boats, to get to the ships out to sea. And this is where all the fun starts. So,
back at Dragonstone.
Right. Yeah, back at Dragonstone. The bastards are all brought in, and a couple of the high lords are like, "Yo, what is up with this nonsense or whatever?"
Tony.
You see, I'm gonna call them the Bastard Brigade. That's what I'm gonna call them.
That's funny.
The Bastard Brigade comes in, and they're all like looking like, "Okay, what's up?
Where we at? What we doing?"
Adam of Hall got his new fresh threads on. He's sitting there.
Did you notice this is Adam and Baylor? They hanging out. It's like, yo,
Adam
and we really, you my sister, you my little sister.
You're like, No, I'm your uncle, girl. I'm your uncle,
Yeah.
girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm your uncle.
I'm big uncle in here. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
yeah,
your
yeah.
uncle Phoenix J. And so, Baylor's there with him. And then Jace is there, like, just like understands, but he's upset because she even told him, like, hey, yo, we are not going to win this war without these
Nah,
people.
not at all.
And then Rhaenyra comes into the room, and hold on, before she goes, it's like a room in the suffer room right beside it. The dragon tamers are laying Rhaenyra out,
Tony,
yo.
Tony. When the dragon tamers walked in, they said, "Look, yo, I don't know who these bastards is. We not doing this. We don't want no parts of this. This is
we done already lost one person.
He said,
we done lost one person.
And the dragons is the last bit of magic from old Valyria. We will have no part of this." And she looked at them, was like, did a quick inhale, exhale, and started giving them the daggone Vince Lombardi speech.
because after the head dragon dude told her off to her face, I mean, fearlessly told her off to her face, he was like, let's go, boys. He pulled the Malcolm X.
Nah, he
pulled the Malcolm.
Nah, let's go. And he dropped the mic like sexual chocolates.
Randy Watts. Yeah. and them dragon tamers were out. And so Rhaenyra had to pull, like you said, a Vince Lombardi, do this for the Gipper speech. She pulled it out.
She pulled out the
buttocks.
What's your man? Oh my God, yo, the Mike Singletary speech. She said, "I'm a winner.
Oh yeah,
I want to win. I'm a winner. People that want to win. I like winners.
Winners. If you act this way, I can't win with you. Can't have it. Can't do it." So she's walking around and she's basically telling them, "Look here, it's glory in this. It's that. You may be lowborn, but some of y'all got talking." He was like, this ain't gonna kind of be safe. It's gonna be.
There's a risk to this.
There's a risk to this, but
it's so much reward.
But she said, but it's so much reward. Let's go. So they go into the dragon. They go into the dragon mound, and then Rhaenyra walks up to the edge. It ain't no Valyrian lullaby. None of that. She says in High Valyrian, "Vermithor, come forth." I said, Vermithor, and once again, if y'all don't know, Vermithor is my favorite dragon in this whole thing because of the things that he's done with Jaehaerys or whatever. And Vermithor is nicknamed, and she explains, Vermithor is the largest dragon in the world after Vhagar. And she was like, he is known as the Bronze Fury. And it is very suiting because all the battles that he did with Jaehaerys. And my man, Vermithor, she says, "Vermithor, come forth." Vermithor, it walks up, comes, and Vermithor, if I'm not mistaken, is close to 80 years old at this point or whatever, because Vhagar is 200, if I'm not mistaken, almost 200 years old. And yeah, Vermithor is 80. And then the other dragon that's at the Dragonmon, Silverwing, which they say is the wife to Vermithor because Jaehaerys had Vermithor and his wife had Silverwing.
Oh,
and
okay.
She's probably like about 70 or so years old as well. So Vermithor comes up, and Vermithor is about to pop off, and Rhaenyra basically bucks at Vermithor, looks at the face. "Easy, Vermithor, calm," and said,
La Kitty.
La Kitty, Vermithor. Not Hades, La Kitty. And Vermithor kind of chills, and she turns around, looks at them, and is like, "All right, good luck," and just walks up.
No, Tony.
"Who's up first? Good luck."
Yo, why they had to send a dude out there that looked like your man from the Goonies first? I'm like,
yo, he did. No, but even before that, I just want to say, her giving that speech and doing it, what it remind me of in Shrek 1, where Lord Farquaad was like, "This comes at a great risk and danger to you, not me," type thing. And she's like, after she gave that speech, She called Vermithor up, calmed Vermithor down, just to
Yo,
be chill for
Tony,
a
Tony,
second.
I want you to like when I was watching this, did you see she was like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
was
she
so
did.
pleased with herself. Like, yeah,
Yeah, because
I'm really about this life. Yeah.
and
I calmed this big
I'm gonna tell
dragon
you
down.
what, and I'm gonna tell you what I think my theory is when it comes to Vermithor. So she says that, and she walks off with everybody else, and they go up on a high view balcony to see what's up. And then you see like the rest of the bastard brigade down there looking off the office down there, Jane, like, oh man, this is a horrible idea. And my man, Hugh was sitting there looking like, oh man. So you got, like you said, the guy looked like he from the Goonies walks up there. My man ain't say nothing. All he did was go. Vermithor said, and you get torched. Vermithor aired that entire little arena, and Rhaenyra is such a sadist because he said, my queen, let's go. She was like, no, I need to see this. I said, what? You watching all these people get daggone toasty all up in this daggone thing.
She said, look, I gotta watch.
Yeah, Oof fell off the dragon mound to the side. Other people
he was so goofy, yo.
He was so goofy. Everybody's getting torched. And it's like Vermithor was like, yeah, his name was the Bronze Fury. Guess what? He was furious that you brought those bastards to him to go get the chose. He is just torturing and flaming everybody out. Oof basically falls, and he sees that Vermithor ain't paying attention. He says, I am out of here. He grabs the lantern.
Was like, boom, I see an opening over here. I'm going that way.
I'm going that way. He dips, and then you see Hugh is running around, and he's looking. He finds like a rock to hide behind. He go behind it. There's another chick that's a bastard. He said, like, yo, shut the hell up. Shut up, or whatever. And so they see Vermithor kind of turns his back. They're like, all right, let's go. And they run. And Vermithor turns around, is about to torch this chick. And then Hugh saves her and says, no, and pushes her out the way. And says, come get me. And starts yelling at Vermithor. Ah! And Vermithor's like, you got that dog.
And he was like, come on. You know
come on.
You know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
It reminded me of Nick Cage from Face Off. I'm ready for the big ride, baby.
He was like, yeah. Vermithor was looking like, yo, you got that dog.
Oh, snap.
I like that.
Yeah. Hey, you ain't no, I say you ain't no little hoe like the rest of these people.
You ain't no little hoe. You and me, we gonna cause some problems. And Vermithor kind of bends the neck and allows Hugh to, touch him and everything. And now we have Hugh Hammer has claimed Vermithor, or let's just say Vermithor has claimed Hugh Hammer to be his rider.
In the meantime,
let's get back to Goofy.
Office trying to find his way out of here. He's slipping and sliding, and
he's sliding through dragon piss. Dragon turds.
He stepped on a whole clutch of eggs.
He slept on a clutch of eggs, and when he did that, all you heard was. He was like, "Oh damn!"
And the funny thing was, he didn't even see the dragon just in the cut.
No,
the dragon was right in front of his face. He did not see it
right the whole time. And he turns around, and it's Silverwing, and Ulf was just like, you know what? I'm tired of running. He throws his hands up and falls, and then you see. And here's the thing: both dragons did is they went down. They took a whiff. They was like, "Oh, I know that old familiar thing. I know that old familiar smell right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that smell when I see it.
Smell like Targaryen.
that smell like that high quality Targaryen. Ulf is on the ground, eyes closed, hands up, and then he looks like it's taking a long. Oh, hey, and then Silverwing kind of nudges him, and then we cut back to King's Landing.
Hey, I just want to say that is bothering me, but also
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You was about to say something.
Yo, they in his meeting, and
This small
they trying their
council
best to
meeting.
have his meeting, this little small council meeting. And Aemon and
Uh-huh.
what's the dude's name from earlier? That was
Um,
that had to see.
Wild,
Yeah,
Lord
wow, yeah,
Wild, yeah.
yeah, and somebody else. He was in the meeting trying to talk, and they hear people
And Larys is
outside.
in there. Larys in there
Yeah,
too.
Larry's in there for
Yeah.
some reason. Surprised he's still in there, and they just
Uh-huh.
yelling outside. And Eamon is like, did somebody say dragon? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right, yeah.
and then after they meet, they finish it. Eamon busts up, go outside, and then he sees the dragon, runs downstairs, already had his horse. He's
Uh-huh.
riding just outside the city limits. You see Vagar. Oh,
Because
like, yeah,
because
Vagar
Vega
just be in the
Vega
woods, cloaked. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because Vagar can't fit inside. He can't fit inside the dragon, so the dragon pit. He's so big. And it's crazy. He look and like Aemon looks up and says, "Oh, so they want to bring dragons to the fight. Oh, y'all want to bring dragons? I got you, cuz." He was like, "Oh, y'all ain't learned y'all lesson yet. Y'all want to bring dragon? Y'all bringing a dragon here? You
Tony,
see off.
Tony.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. So Alpha's flying through the city, having
Having
a
a
good
field.
old time.
Whoa!
Said, yo, he done swung back to the old block. He said, look at what I look at
Hey,
what your
hey,
boy is
fellas,
riding
I
in.
got that chain.
I did, yo,
He's like, I got the
mama, we
diamond in the
made it. I
back.
did it. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Hey,
diamond in the back, sun rooftop, and chilling the sea with the gangster Lee. Meantime, Aemon is like, oh, y'all want to bring a dragon? I'm gonna show y'all a dragon. He
Tony,
finds
he
Vagar.
finds Vagar, gets on Vagar, right? I just want to say, I absolutely love the visual cue for Vagar.
Yeah,
And the visual cue for Vagar is essentially Godzilla. Because every
yeah.
time you see Vagar come in, it's like
It's it's
tight
you're looking up. Uh-huh.
and is right in front of you and is right in front of your face. That is
Uh-huh.
a Godzilla cue. Because even though
Yeah.
it's usually like with the camera with Godzilla, you know what I'm saying? They do this
Uh-huh.
crazy like close up, it's the same.
Yeah.
Oh, I love when Vagar show up, yo.
Also, too, did you see Vagar was game time ready? When he saw Aemon coming, he was like, "Oh, we gonna kill some people." Vagar head popped up like, "Oh,
What
we
we
about to
doing,
kill
yo?
some people. We ready?" And then you see that famous shot where it's the low. You looking up and Vagar flying across, and he like, "Oh, they want to sit there. They want to bring dragons to King's Landing."
He said,
And
no,
he's
I'm about
flying.
to, he said, and like Tony, he was about to go to Dragonstone and lay
Stone, yeah,
waste to
and lay
Dragonstone
waste. Yeah, he was gonna destroy. He was like, "I'm gonna put an end to this ish right
today.
now, today." However, he pulls up and he looks and he's like, wait a minute.
Wait a
Do
minute.
I see? I
Is that
see. I see
one, two,
two. That's
three dragons?
three dragons. And he's like, whoa. He's like, no, Vagar. But Vagar, you saw Vagar still was kind of like, man, F that. I ain't scared. Vagar was still trying to go. And he was like, no. And then he looked and saw what was going on. And you
Yo, he
see
said
Rhaenyra
his funny thing was like he said flee Vagar,
flee. He
flee,
said, flee,
flee. Then
Vagar,
he's like
flee.
then he told him to turn around, and then he
Uh-huh.
like
And you saw how hard he had to
he had to
turn
really
that thing,
steer
turn.
that yeah he had to.
Yeah. I love, and then you see Rhaenyra like burning daggers to him, like, yeah. You see Rhaenyra there. Cyrax is kind of off behind her a little bit. You see Vermithor coming up with Hugh on it, and back on top of the castle. That's where Silverwing is. And basically, Rhaenyra was looking at Aemon and was like, go back to King's Landing. Tell him we back up.
And then you hear, I think my favorite music.
Yeah. Episode
Yeah, episode over, yo.
episode is. Yeah. Wasn't that was just a 60-minute episode right there. I think 60, 63
Something
minute
like that.
episode.
Either way, man, we got a strong
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
Another great episode, man, of just great quality television, great visuals on it, great story, how to interconnecting everything. I also love how we're not sure who is going to implode first. Because
Yeah,
right now it
because
looks like,
you saw the fear in Aemon's face though too though
oh
when you
yeah,
saw
yeah.
he Aemon I don't think Aemon has had fear like that since before he was a kid and didn't have Vagar,
That
and
boy
he
been
saw
scared. That
that.
boy ain't been scared since he was like 15.
Yeah, yeah. Even when they cut his out, he was like, "Hey, I
I
lost an
lost
eye,
an eye.
mother,
I gained a
but
dragon.
I gained the dragon or
Why'd you
whatever.
close your eye?
Gained the dragon, mama." Method actor had to get into the role, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, yeah, and you think about it now, it's like right now, the only dragons the Greens have. Oh, also in the meeting before
Oh
they
yeah,
heard the
yeah,
riot,
yeah.
they
Darren.
said they said that Lord Otto and them are on their way. Darren, and he says Darren has his dragon and they on the way too. And he was like, Darren, and I'm like, weak that they had to be like, Darren, you know your brother. Like, I know he know this is damn brother. What are y'all talking about or whatever? But then again, this is Amy crazy.
Just to inform the goofy
Yeah,
people who looking for dragon fights every episode, let them know that this is
right,
yeah.
right.
Like it was funny,
So
right? I even saw a post
yeah,
today talking about something. I went back and rewatched Game of Thrones, and they literally tell us everything that we be asking. I'm like, duh, he wasn't paying attention. Anyway,
yeah, right. So the Greens, right, as of right now, as the count goes, the Greens have 4 dragons.
yeah.
They have Vagar. They got Sunfire, who's out of commission right now,
Is Sunfire still
and then they
alive?
have Sunfire's still alive. It's just Sunfire's still alive. It's just he can't fly. It's like wings and everything jacked up over there at Rook's Rest. And then they have Tessarion, which is Darren's dragon, and they still have not Moon Dancer. God, whatever the name. The dragon that's Helena's dragon. That was the one
Oh
that
yeah.
Aemon tried to claim when he was a little boy and almost got killed in the dragon pit or whatever. So I'm wondering if he's gonna go to Helena and be like, "Hey sis, I think I'm gonna need you to mount
I don't think Helena's
me."
ever gonna get on that dragon, yo.
Yeah, Helena, they said Helena has she claimed it has flying, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, over on the Blacks, you have Cyrax, you have Vermithor, you have Silverwing, you have Caraxes, and you also have Betamax, Vermax, whatever Jace's dragon.
Betamax.
Whatever. So you got those 5 dragons over there,
And
but as of
Impossible.
right, and a possible, and a possible and sheep stealer, and then too, I don't know if they're going to introduce these dragons next season, but you still have 2 other wild dragons, Grey Ghost and the Cannibal, So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
We gearing up. We gearing up. Like
we gearing up for woe, baby.
the finale is gonna be really, really good. And
Yeah.
I'm just sad to see this season end, you know what I'm saying? But it's been a very fun ride watching and doing this with everybody this season.
Yeah, it has. And I mean this like Rashad always says, this show has been us doing this show about this show has been our pet baby, because this is our favorite probably franchise that we love to do. And I mean, I got some decorations as you can see behind me, let y'all know who we riding with over here, I know who Rashad, you know what I'm saying, ride with too, the white hair black people as well. So,
Definitely.
It's bittersweet. Hopefully it's not going to take another 2 years before we get another,
It will. We're gonna
another
get Duncan Egg next year. We're gonna get the hedge on next year to hold us over,
yeah, the
and then
hedge,
we'll
yeah, the
get
hedge,
this in
yeah, the hedge
2026.
nights.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's all I really had. Oh, we haven't done this in a while. I keep forgetting to do this at the end of episodes. Who's your MVP of the episode, my man?
MVP of this episode is Rhaenyra.
Yeah. Rhaenyra is the MVP of the episode because her plan worked.
Her plan worked. Not even her plan worked, but she stuck with her plan, and she actually
despite
she showed some true leadership today, And it was like, look, yo, this is my plan, and I'm sticking to it. I don't care what none of y'all say. I'm not heeding a whole bunch of counsel. I'm not. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. So also, what I meant to say. Remember when Jace was like, "Yo, like, what's gonna happen to all these bastards had all their claim when Vermithor started to burn everybody, I was like, well, there goes your claims up in flames. So you ain't got to worry about none of that. You know, it's only 2 people left. You know what I'm saying? Literally up in smoke.
Up in smoke, for real. So yeah, with that, and then to piggybacking off of that, it's funny because how the show has changed a little bit, because in the books, the whole dragon seed thing, the sowing of the seed, that was all Jace's idea. It was Jace was the one that said, "Hey, let's get these bastards in here, and and do this or whatever." So I see what they're trying to do to make it seem like Jace is the trauma that he's dealing with, knowing that he's been a bastard, and then you got this, and what's going to become of him.
Yeah, so, thematically, like that actually makes more sense than it being his idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then too, I can see a rift coming between him and his mother dealing with Mysaria. Because remember, he was like, "Who told you this? The Lady Mysaria, so the Lady Mysaria and stuff." So yeah, but like I said, great episode. Season finale next week, and let's see what happens here, baby. I think next week's episode is, I think, 75 to 80 minutes or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But guess what? We don't care, because we're gonna watch it, and then on Monday we'll be right back here talking to you guys about it, talking about how much we loved it, how much it was okay, but we'll see what happens.
Also, before I go, if you catch the premiere, right now, we appreciate you being in the comments in the premiere. I do comment back at 7. I'll be in it. And man, yeah, yo, we appreciate everybody's support. Back here next Monday, 7 p.m. All right. Peace.